Hi viewer, hope you are doing well. I am here for the part 2 of the first topic, cloud concept, and in this part 2 we will cover the various models of the cloud and the types of the cloud. First we will start from the models of the cloud. Basically we have three models of the cloud: public cloud, private cloud and hybrid cloud. What is public cloud? In public cloud, you don't have local hardware on your on-prem, and you don't have to manage that. Actually, there are many providers, but big one are Microsoft Azure, AWS, and the Google. These are the providers of the public cloud. And now we will see the advantages of the public cloud. What advantages are we can avail? In public cloud, there is high availability and agility. You no need of new servers in order to scale. If you want to increase your resources of the your server, you can just scale up or scale out, and you can done with it. No need to purchase a new hardware or anything else. The next advantage we can say is basically the public cloud works on the basis of pay as you go pricing model. Whatever you are consuming, whatever you are using, you have to pay for it. It means no capital expenditure costs or here you have to which you have to bear or you have to expand. The next thing is you are not responsible for the maintenance or updates of the hardware. Everything is at the provider end, and they have to manage it. The next thing is if you have the minimal technical knowledge, you can do it with it. No need of extraordinary expertise and skills or hiring some IT personnel who can manage. You yourself can manage your VM. Like if you are managing a website, your website you hosted in cloud, you can manage yourself. No need to hire any IT person who can configure a server and configure after configuring the server he has to manage and everything related to the website. You can do it yourself because your provider is doing the maximum part at their end, and you have to only update and manage your website. But viewers, there are disadvantages of the public cloud, like if you have some specific security requirements, like your government policies, your industry standards or legal requirements are there, which public clouds cannot meet according to your requirements. Further, hardware or services that cannot be managed at your end, and you if you want to manage according to your requirements, you are unable to do that because the hardware is at provider's end. So if you have the unique business requirements also, such as you are running some legacy applications, you are unable to do that in public cloud basically. So there are disadvantages of the public cloud. The next one is the private cloud. Private cloud, the environment, basically it is an environment in your own data center and some sort of, you can say, simulation of the public cloud, but on your on-prem, in your on-prem. And you are the responsible, completely you are the responsible for the purchase and maintenance of hardware, and you have to hire some technical expertise who can manage these, who can configure, who can manage further all its configuration and everything they have to manage. So each and every responsibility at your end, no other person is involved. But viewers, you know you have some advantages, like configuration support may support any kind of scenario. Like if you have some legacy applications, you can run those also, because you can customize according to your requirements. You have the control over the your data center, your equipment, so you can secure as much as you can. You are not dependent on your provider. You are your own provider, and you are your own. You can maintain, and you are also user and provider at that moment. You can meet the strict security requirements, compliance or legal requirements, anything you want, but you still have some disadvantages. You have to invest initial capital expenditure cost for your hardware and your infrastructure and maintenance, and you must buy all the hardware to build or configure any private cloud. Otherwise you are unable to do that. And further, you must have IT skills and expertise in that particular cloud you are deploying. So you must keep in mind, you have to hire some expertise who are managing and who are maintaining those cloud. The next thing is the hybrid cloud. This is a mixture of the both the public and private cloud, basically combination of this. Few of applications are deployed on-prem, and few are deployed in public cloud. So this is called a hybrid environment. Like, you host a website in a public cloud, but you can save your data, you store your data on your own private cloud, and that is secure according to your requirements. So you have, of course, some advantages over both public and private in hybrid. Like, keep any system running and accessible. That out of date hardware or an out of date operating system that is like Windows 2003, which is obsolete version, and Windows 7, you can run in your own environment, in hybrid environment. This is also you can say flexibility, which you want to locally versus a cloud. Whatever you want to put in locally, and whatever you want in a public cloud. So you have the flexibility. Advantage of economies of scale from public cloud providers for services and resources where it is cheaper. That is web server. Supplement with your own equipment when it's not. Own requirement to meet security compliance or legal scenarios where you want to completely control the environment. So viewers, there are a few disadvantages also of the hybrid cloud, because it's a hybrid. You have to bear the cost of the public and private, so it's much expensive selecting the one deployment model on your on-prem, and the other you have to purchase from the public cloud. So it may be expensive for you. And the next thing is more complicated. Of course, few of services are running on-prem, and few are running in public cloud, and there must be involved VPN, virtual private network, which you have to get connected both clouds, and further you have to monitor the connectivity. If there is some issue in connectivity, both the clouds will be disconnected, and services will be disturbed. These were the models of the cloud: public, private, and hybrid. The next thing is the types of the cloud services. What type of the services, cloud services, any provider provides? If we talk about the infrastructure as a service, IaaS, that is called IaaS. Basically, instead of buying the hardware, you rent it. And it is most flexible category of the cloud services. You have the complete control over the hardware that runs your application, instant computing infrastructure, and but your responsibility is shared. Few of the things you have to manage, and few things your provider need to manage. IaaS is commonly used in the following scenarios, like migration workloads, test and development. You need to test something while you are developing. You can avail this IaaS service. Storage, backup and recovery. If you have some you need to take the backups of your data, you can use this. The next thing is platform as service, PaaS, that is called PaaS. Environment for building, testing and deploying software applications. Create an application quickly without managing the underlying infrastructure. Don't have to install an operating system, web server or even system updates. PaaS is complete development and deployment environment in cloud. PaaS is commonly used the following scenarios: development framework and analytics and business intelligence. The third one is the SaaS, software as a service. Basically centrally hosted and managed for end user customer, like its example is Office 365 suite, which has the Skype for Business, Dynamics, MS Teams and many more. Only one version of that application is used for all the customers, and every user can use that. You have to purchase only licenses for your end users, and that can be subscription, can be monthly or annually, whatever you have choose. But you can avail the this service, the SaaS. The next thing is the management responsibilities. So here we can see on-prem, you can see the legend below the table. Provider manager shows the dark blue, and you manage sky blue. And if you see the on-prem, you have to manage each and everything in your data center, while IaaS, infrastructure as service, your provider will provide your networking, storage, servers and virtualization environment, while you have to manage your OS, middleware, runtime, data and applications. Platform as service, here your provider is responsible for networking, storage, server, virtualization, OS, middleware and runtime, but you have to manage only your applications and data in those applications. You are responsible for your applications only. The third one is the software as a service. This is the example earlier I told you, Office 365. The everything provided by your provider, you have to manage only. You have to manage only your data, and your users are using that applications simply, and you have to purchase the licenses annually or monthly, whatever you want. So you can use these suites and these applications as well. So viewers, hope you like the video, and I will be here with you in next module, and thank you for watching. Bye.